I just wanted to make a quick video because NS1 Gaming came to my chat and asked a question, and I didn't know the answer. So the question was, is growing carrots without focus worth to do on your island? And since I had a bunch of spare ones lying around, I just thought I would just apply the scientific method. So I'm buying carrot seeds. One seed costs 2,312 currently. That is a variable price. And for each carrot seed that you plant, you have a range of carrots you can get when you pick them up. So if you click the seeds, actually, it will tell you what that range is. It actually depends on the location. Right now I am in Lyndhurst, so that is the city with the carrot bonus. The point is, if you have an average of 6 to 14 carrots, which is together 20, and you divide that by 2 because it's 2 numbers, and then you do half, and then you have the average. Then you have an average of 10 carrots per seed, and then the math is pretty straightforward. So essentially, you can look at the seed price, divide that by 10, and compare that to the price of carrots on the market. Right now, as we checked, the price for seeds is 2,300. And carrots sell anywhere in between of 300 if you're just yoinking them into buy orders, and maybe 400 if you are selling them with a sell order. You then, of course, have to reduce the setup fee and the market fee and so on. But basically what I did a little experiment just to test it, my own data, just to verify that. It says on the tooltip in game, but I got 528 carrots. All right, you can see the carrot seed bonus here. You can see 6 to 14 with the yield, the product yield. And if you're curious about other seeds, what they yield, you can see that there too. But essentially, that's just a fancy way of saying 10 on average. In this video, I'm not really going over the focus cost. That's a wholly different topic because for focus, it depends on a bunch of things. For example, do you need to assume a minimum cost for your focus point, or are you not using focus? You know, you can set a cost for using focus to this, and the long and short of should I use focus for making carrots is not if you have something better to use it for. Yes, if you have 30,000 focus and it's going to waste. All right, I go through some numbers, and essentially what the end result is if we cycle back to the question, is it worth growing carrots on your island without using focus? The theoretical answer is yes, but the real answer is 15,000 silver worth your time per farm? That's something you need to consider. And then you multiply that by how many farms you have, and then you look at the time. If you would do a full island with 16 plots, and you're assuming that you're selling carrots at 400, then in theory, you're making 240,000 per island per day. However, that takes 10 minutes on average, and a lot of people think that's a very boring activity. But in theory, it is profitable. Now, the other big problem is to get to 16 islands and a theoretical 240k per day, you need invest many millions into your farm. So realistically, what you should think to yourself is, if I pick up a whole farm with the 9 seeds I can plant on one farm, is that time worth 15,000 silver to me? For many players, I would think that is a no, unless you're very, very beginning at the start. And if you ever want to redo this math, if you're in Limhurst, then you can divide the seed cost by 10. Then you get the returns. And if you are anywhere else, you can look at the tooltip in game. Then it's actually 9 carats per seed on average. So it's a little lower. But yeah, that's me rambling a bit randomly here about that question. I saw it during my stream. I was like, oh man, that's a pretty simple question to solve. So I was like, you know what, let's just do it. Shout out to NS1 Gaming. I hope that answers your question. If for some reason you see this now, have a good day. See you around.